Imagine flying from New York to London in just over 3 hours. No cramped overnight flight, no time wasted, one smooth, lightning-fast journey that feels more like a quick hop than a long-haul trip. Sounds futuristic, it's not. Supersonic travel is making a comeback, and this time, it's promising to be faster, quieter, and more efficient than ever before. Welcome to the next generation of private jets, where luxury meets speed at twice the speed of sound. For decades, the Concorde was the crown jewel of aviation. It cut flight times in half and gave passengers a taste of the future. But as iconic as it was, the Concorde was loud, expensive, and ultimately unsustainable. When it was retired in 2003, it felt like the dream of supersonic travel had died. For 20 years, the skies remained subsonic. Billionaires, celebrities, even heads of state, everyone had to slow down. But today, that's changing. The race for supersonic travel is back on, and the next generation of private jets might redefine how the wealthy, and eventually all of us, fly across the world. So, who's leading this comeback? Let's start with Boom Supersonic and their jet called the Overture. Think of it as Concorde 2.0, but smarter. It's designed to fly at Mach 1.7, almost twice the speed of today's commercial aircraft. That means a trip from Los Angeles to Sydney in 8 hours instead of 15. New York to London in 3.5. Overture is built not just for speed but also sustainability. It's designed to run on 100% sustainable aviation fuel. Imagine breaking the sound barrier and still being eco-conscious. That's the promise Boom is making, and major airlines have already lined up with pre-orders. But beyond airlines, imagine the appeal for private buyers. The ultra-rich no longer have to just own a jet. They can own a supersonic one. That's exclusivity on a whole new level. Then there's Spike Aerospace with its sleek Spike S512. This one doesn't just want to fly fast, it wants to change how you experience flight altogether. Imagine a cabin with no windows. Instead, entire walls act as massive digital screens projecting views from outside cameras or whatever ambience you choose. Sunset over the Atlantic, a calm, starry night, or maybe a business presentation right on the cabin wall. This is a private jet reimagined, and at speeds of Mach 1.6, it will get you to your destination in half the time, with style that feels like science fiction. But let's address the elephant in the room, the sonic boom. That loud crack that made Concorde so infamous and restricted it from flying supersonic over land. It wasn't just disruptive, it was a deal-breaker. That's where NASA and Lockheed Martin step in with the X-59 Quaesisti, the quiet supersonic jet. This experimental aircraft aims to eliminate the ear-splitting boom and replace it with what's being called a sonic thump, a sound no louder than closing a car door. If this technology works, it won't just open the skies for commercial supersonic routes, but also private jets. Imagine being able to fly from New York to Los Angeles in 2 hours without anyone on the ground even noticing. That's not just convenience, that's revolution. Now think about what this means for private jet owners. Today, the ultra-wealthy already pay a premium for privacy, speed, and flexibility, but with supersonic jets, they can collapse the world in a way that even today's Gulfstreams or Bombardiers can't match. A CEO could have breakfast in Paris, attend meetings in Dubai, and still be home in New York for dinner, all in the same day. For politicians, celebrities, and power players, time is money, and supersonic private jets could become the ultimate status symbol. Not just a way to travel faster, but a way to live more life in less time. Of course, speed comes at a price. We're not talking millions, we're talking tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars. And the operating costs. Astronomical compared to standard jets, fuel consumption at supersonic speeds is no joke. Maintaining such advanced aircraft is another layer of complexity. But here's the thing, when you're worth billions, saving hours every single flight might be worth every penny. And let's not forget, most of these jets are being designed with sustainability in mind, using next-gen fuels and more efficient engines. For the wealthy, that's not just appealing, It's also reputation management. Because in today's world, being seen as environmentally responsible matters, even when you're flying faster than the speed of sound. Let's take a moment to imagine the passenger experience. No more 8-hour drags across the Atlantic. No more losing entire days to jet lag. Supersonic private jets could redefine comfort. Spacious cabins, quieter engines, personalized walls that become whatever view or entertainment you choose. It's like stepping into a future where flying isn't a hassle, but part of the luxury lifestyle. Flying becomes not just about reaching a destination, but experiencing something extraordinary along the way. Now, let's be real, this isn't happening tomorrow. There are still major hurdles. Safety regulations, noise restrictions, and the sheer cost of development mean that these jets are still a few years away. But the progress is undeniable. Test flights are already happening. Prototypes are being built. Airlines are signing deals, and private buyers are watching closely. The question isn't if supersonic travel is coming back, it's when. And when it does, the world will feel smaller than ever. Imagine global leaders zipping across continents like we take an Uber across town. Imagine private jet owners cutting flight times in half and reshaping the very idea of international business, diplomacy, and leisure. Supersonic travel could change how deals are made, how events are attended, and even how wars are prevented or managed. Because when distance is no longer a barrier, decisions can happen faster, face to face across the globe. It's worth remembering that technology like this doesn't just stay in the hands of the elite forever. Commercial air travel, once only for the wealthy, became accessible to millions. Smartphones, once a luxury, are now everywhere. Supersonic travel will likely follow the same path. At first, it will be a toy for the rich, a status symbol, a billionaire's club flex. But over time, as costs go down and technology improves, it could become the new normal for all of us. The dream of stepping on a plane in New York and landing in London in 3 hours may not remain a billionaire's fantasy forever. But for now, this is a story about exclusivity. The next generation of private jets isn't just about comfort or luxury. It's about rewriting the rules of time itself, cutting hours from journeys, giving the most powerful people in the world the one thing they can't buy anywhere else: more time. That's the ultimate luxury. So the real question is, are we ready? Are we ready for a future where speed is no longer capped at subsonic limits, where private jets don't just transport you, they teleport you into tomorrow, where crossing oceans is as casual as crossing a city? Supersonic travel may have vanished for a generation, but it's roaring back, faster and smarter than before, and the world will never be the same. Which of these futuristic jets excites you the most? Would you want to experience supersonic travel if you had the chance? Or do you think it's just a luxury for the ultra-rich that will never reach the everyday traveler? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this dive into the supersonic comeback, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more videos on the future of aviation and luxury travel, and share this with someone who dreams of flying faster than sound. The skies are changing and you don't want to be left behind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.